Back to Train Simulator 2020. Today we're doing a first look video on the Class 50 by Armstong Powerhouse. Just released late last night. I was in a training for LP. Some videos coming on that very shortly. So unfortunately I wasn't able to actually do much with it then. But let's do it now. So it's going to be a first look video. I've driven the train once on a scenario that I've built that I'm working on just to test it out. And we'll get going from here. Okay, so I'm just going to get the Armstong Powerhouse website up on the screen just so that I can we can get things loaded up. But I'm going to jump in the cab. So, what? My frames are just tanking at the moment. Right, close, close, close. Do a little better. Right, so we'll go. I always go left to right. Markers, tail lamps, headlamps, I believe. Yep. And then master key. I'm going to get the AWS from down here. There we go. And we've got the NRNs initialized. So, well, we're good to go. We've got the hot plate over here. What else have we got? So, let's do. So this is the Armstong Powerhouse Bossman Games Class 50, to give it its full name. I'm going to grab a screenshot whilst we wait. I'm trying out new opacity settings on the HUD. Let me know how you guys feel about them. I'm actually going to turn it up slightly. There we go. I was just on a nighttime scenario yesterday, so it was a lot easier to read it. This thing makes the 37 look like it has never clagged in its life. Also, quick caveat, I do seem to be missing Class 101s for some reason, even though I thought I had them. As such, we may have some missing stock, maybe a bit quieter than expected. Over in Riverside Depot, we've got Thunderer 008 and 046, which is Ajax. And over here we've got Victorious 50036. I do believe that the Class 50s were named after Royal Navy ships. We've got the right of way, so we'll read the manual once we get on the fly. Should have released the brakes back to initial application. Reverser goes forward. Take a third power. And this is on clag factor. No. Let's give it a, let's be honest and give it like a 6. Okay. And then it goes up from there. Yeah, it goes up. I'll leave it on a 10 for the time being. That is a I'm pretty sure that's a helicopter noise, not us. Now we could hear it from inside the cab though. I'm just going to watch it from here as you go around the curve. That's a lot of clag. To jet the curve, so no bother, we'll go in the cab. So a bit of technical information, the Class 50s were built by English Electric and Vulcan Foundry between 1967 and 1968. A total of 50 units were built, or 50 locos were built I should say. They're fit with English Electric 16 CSVT engines. Maximum speed for these locos is 100 miles per hour. They are 68 feet 6 inches long, 12 feet 9 inches tall, and 8 feet 10 inches wide. amount of smoke. Like, people on that road, I don't want to be able to drive, like fog. And the total weight is 115 tonnes. Comes in a number of liveries, BR Blue with NRN, BR Blue with GSMR and orange cant rail, BR Large logo without orange cant rail, BR Blue with orange cant rail, so BR Large logo with orange with and without orange cant rail, large logo with a black roof with and without the cant rail, BR Blue large logo with a blue roof, NSC revised, NSC revised 2, BR train load, BR civil engineers, BR Blue named Lyra with NRN and GSMR, GWR, LMS, Load Hall, Intercity Swallow, and GBRF liveries. And also bundled in the pack comes the FVX motor rail wagon, both in unloaded and loaded form of vintage vehicles from the early 1980s. This thing is really nice. I like it a lot. I mean, it's filthy as well. Like, look at the texturing and how that's done. You've got a bit of smudge each way because, you know, as the train's gone back and going back and forth, it's all built up. The train definitely hasn't been through the train wash in a while. And it's so claggy you can see the smoke coming up at halfway down the train. So, quick cab tour. Down here, AWS isolator, AWS set change end switch, loco brake, train brake, windscreen wiper controls, windscreen wiper speed. You know, it's got the instrument lights which are turned on just for atmospherics. What else? Wheel slip brake, horn, 4-stage reverser, power handle. The interesting thing about the power handle is it's entirely smooth except for the first notch. After that it goes smooth. GSMR, brake cylinder pressure, brake pipe pressure, and vacuum brake pressure, speedometer, ammeter, main reservoir brake pressure, engine start-stop controls, offload resets, all that sort of good stuff, headlight control, light controls. That's pretty much it for the main cab. We also have engine room controls. 38, which is the traction motor cutout switch, and then that's the battery ammeter, brake selector, and compressor emergency cutout switch. Keyboard controls, pretty much as per the norm with AP stuff as of late. The whole motor factor stuff's included as well, which I think I've got maxed. Well, you can that really changes the sound. Master keys, route indicator switches, which is marker lights for us. Then we've got the various cab variants, which there's only 3, with our own radio, optional TPWS, that's what we're driving at the moment. TPWS and GSMR, TPWS and GSMR in black, which is only 50049, which is one of the GBRF ones. Traction physics have been simulated a lot better. On top of the field diver, it's been implemented to the correct speeds of 28, 44 and 58 miles an hour. The speeds and and if ETH is on, that's 35, 51 and 65 mph. Field diverts are the loco at the maximum its acceleration as it gains speed. When this takes place, the turbocharger quickly rises before falling back to norm. This is in response to the load being increased on the again, ETH, it calculates how much power you're actually going to have. Because I think this is a 10 car train, it's taking quite a bit of power for the ETH to turn on. You certainly can't get it past 84 on level ground. If I clear that, boost that accelerator again. That's quite good. Westinghouse brake is accurately simulated, and the brake selector switch is simulated. Got the usual wheel slip simulation as with most AP products. Cooling fan simulation, which is includes the shutters on the sides opening and closing, and I'm going to click here. Dynamic exhaust effects, variable traction motors, NRN radio. You've also got the NRN signs by the side of the track if you spot them. Well done, because I won't. GSMR as per standard. Cold and dark start, which was pretty good fun. I had to do that the other day myself. Well, I had to in my scenario. Bits and bobs. Where the variants of each livery are provided, listed accordingly as W1, 2 and 3. In the scenario like this, some liveries don't have a W2 or W3 variants, as in variety. In reality, they've never become sufficiently dirty to warrant them. All 50 original nameplates are represented in 3D, variations depending on livery. Motor cutout switch in the engine allows one of the three pairs of traction motors to be isolated, or one of the three pairs to be active. These all result in reduced performance. The back walls of the number 2 cabs are modelled to represent their differences. 1 second delay between the train passing over AWS magnet and AWS warning sound occurring. The F3, F4 HUD will show the warning immediately, so you'll have to wait 1 second for track cancelling. Let's quickly grab a screenshot as we go past Star Cross. I'm going to grab it from this side. Yeah, include the Star Cross sign and the really nice and high res purple First Great Western sign. Do another one. I think it's Thingy Harbour coming next. Oop, 31 live. Yeah, that vegetation's a little on the high side for this. Yeah, because there's a really great photo angle from about here of trains going past, but that vegetation's too tall. Do a new network rail. We'll get it coming over the bridge at the harbour. That's a nice one. Let's do a drive-by run. What we can do is it's really good actually. I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, our first stop is Torquay, which is 16 miles west of. This is probably the longest non-stop run I've ever done on this, except for like empty coach and stuff moves. Also on this route I should say, because normally you've stopped at normally you get to stop at somewhere like Newton Abbot. But this time we're running westward on the 625 Paddington Penzance. So it's only taken it 2.5 hours to get down to Doris Robin, which is actually quite impressive, really. You think it takes at least that to do it in the HSTs. one of the big shames with this train is that the Class 50s were nicknamed Hoovers for the sound they made coming past. And in the late 80s, I believe, they went through a refurb and had the dynamic brakes removed, so they no longer sound like Hoovers. But the nickname still stuck, so... There we go. Snap. Additional plug now hurting on right. Ooh. I have to say the 50 for me, I initially when I heard about it, I was like, I thought, you know what, it's going to be a great model, but I'm not going to get it because I'll probably not really run it. Because they spent most of the time out west, it's just not an era or an area that I tend to drive in all that much. The key, but they are actually quite well modelled. Well, I'll say quite well, they're basically well modelled. So... see what else we got. The headlight and front illumination for automatic and sunset. The cooling fan is audible from the number 1 count. Variable speeds. Most cooling wipers, 5 bell ringers move when the fire alarm test is carried out. As per reality, the speedometer bubbles in providing a reading. Oh yeah, there's that's barely noticeable that. It's nice though. Opening cab doors and windows, which are visible from the outside. Hello! And the visible driver automatically moves to whichever cab you're in or leading cab of an AI train. Yep, can confirm. Picture of it, the train with the orange cliffs of Dawlish in the background. Lol. And we're close to a minute fast, so I must be doing something right. Driving guide, how to use the scenario editor so you can add the snow plows and the Terminator lit headboard for the GBRF livery. Cold start. I mean, these smorgasbord boards are ridiculously early on this route. Timeth. I'm just going to quickly just go camera options, go default FOV, and then take it a little back. That's all I want. The reason I'm doing this is just to see if it improves the performance somewhat. Also, 2 miles an hour, I'm just not bothered about that when it comes to speed control. 2 miles an hour, you've seen what the speedometers look like on this. Very easy mistake to make. Hang on. 31,445. That number rings a bell. I'm fairly sure 445 is actually on the Weirdo Railway. Oh no, see, with the Rotherham. Yeah, that one got scrapped. 455 and 445. Look at that, beds. Got a baggage, a Mark III, a Mark III, Mark II, Mark II, Mark II, Mark II, Mark II. I wonder. Let's see what this train that's just pulled in next to us, where's it actually going? Painting to Manchester Piccadilly. Oh, that's across country working. Must be local hold Mark III. Or because it's sandwiched, one of the ways you can get away with towing Mark IIIs, or by HST Mark IIIs, with traditional locomotives, is because they don't actually have buffers on them. If you get wagons together, so the train sim doesn't serve particularly well, but depending on if you have the Buckeye couplers, like at I think they're Buckeyes, yeah they are. So the buffers are actually the buffers actually retract slightly, and then all the tension's placed on the Buckeyes. It's something that's modelled in train sim world, put it that way. So yeah, that's the manual read through at least. Oh no, sorry, I haven't did the scenarios first, did I? Did I? Scenarios. So it comes with 1 Alpha 45, 50-55 paint and Paddington service. The 1 Alpha 47, 1455 St Austell Paddington service. The 1 Charlie 09, 0625 Paddington to painting service. The 2 Charlie 35, the 712 Newton Abbott Texas St David service, and the 1730 Norwich to Great Yarmouth service, and the 1824 Great Yarmouth to Norwich service, which I believe is when a 50 was drafted up to Norwich on short-term loan, effectively. And that is, yeah, and then the credits go to Nicholas Sheechan for scripting, the Bodden and Wenford for assistance in recording sounds, and the Class 50 Alliance for reference material. So what are my thoughts so far on this train? I am very much impressed. I've driven it a few times now, mainly on I've driven it twice. How long have we been running for? 20-ish minutes now. Yeah, so as I say, this train itself, or this locomotive I should say, is the train itself. I've driven it once or twice, and I've never seen a 50, never been hauled by a 50, that I'm aware of at least. I might have when I've been younger, and I've just not been aware, you know what I mean? I think that happens to all of us when you're about 3 or 4, or 4 or 5, and you're just not sure exactly what train we're behind on a journey. So you know that was the case for me with these, and I like it from a depth of simulation perspective. You know, I like that I feel like I'm actually driving a train. And it's something very difficult to quantify. But it just, you know, you hear the click and the clunk, and it just feels like something that was built, you know what I mean? And I mean, Vulcan Foundry. Is there a better name for a train factory other than Vulcan Foundry? Let's go sit in Newton Abbot P2 and watch it come past. We'll also do the DSD, just so you guys can see what that's like. I was actually quite proud of myself when I'm not talking and I'm just driving to prove that I can drive a train. I'm testing scenarios. I'm actually quite good at train driving. Sorry about that, guys. I was trying not to cough, so I got a drink and just made it worse. And it's got nice brakes as well, nice responsive brakes. A bit of a hole in the world there. Hashtag blame DTG. I think, no, this isn't AP track, I don't think. That's peculiar. Yeah, a bit of a hole in the world. Right, so yeah, as I say, it's £20, and further, in terms of the scenario side of things, actually, on the Bossman Games website, I'm going to get up in front of me now so that I have it to hand. There is a paid scenario pack on there. But there's a scenario pack on there which I believe was $5.99 with a lot of additional scenarios. I believe 10 in total. Also, current work in progress is, some of you guys will be aware, back in July, GBRF hired a pair of 50s, which were on GBRF livery at the time, well still are, on a private charter train from Motherwell to Scarborough. So going from Motherwell down to Carstairs, up to Edinburgh, down the east coast to York, and then off to Scarborough from there. I'm building that as a scenario pack, and that'll be available. Also, pricing and stores are to be confirmed. Unfortunately, it will be a paid scenario pack, purely because, as you guys are aware, I'm moving house at the moment, and I just simply can't afford to do stuff like this for free anymore. Wish I could, but I'd rather charge a small amount, which it will be a small amount. Oops, got a bit distracted. And still be able to bring content to your faces, rather than you know, not being able to do that. Yeah, we're running nice and early here. I'm concerned we're going to get something like a major emergency brake pulled on us. Let's open the windows. We're down in deepest, darkest Devon. Sorry, sunny Devon. Sunny Devon. I don't know why I opened the door as well. We've been driving for a few hours now, so it's going to be a good way to stay alert, is to have all the windows open, get some fresh air in, freeze ourselves to 3/4 to death. The engine room light doesn't work. Doesn't appear to work. Oil pressure indicator water. Okay, so that's a warning. So I've got an oil pressure warning. So that should give us details with regards to oil pressure here. So yeah, I've got some fuses. Oh, it's starting to rain. Nobody told the weather, eh? Nobody told the weather. Like, if you see the sunflower animation, that's I believe the older way of doing it, basically having the sunflower blacked out and then it twists to show the light. Oh, I want to see what the animation looks like when it disappears actually. I think I'm going to get another AWS sunflower going off. Yeah, the Bossman gameplay chat is lagging quite a bit. Use 007 Hercules and 049 Defiance for the 2 GBRF locos. So yes, I say this is obviously, as I mentioned, this is a joint release of Bossman and AP. I believe AP is probably taking. I'm not too aware of this, but judging off what I'm seeing here, I would assume AP has been responsible for the sound and the scripting, and Bossman's done everything else. Welcome to Tor Bay. No, Tor. Tor? This is Tor, isn't it? Tor, yes. Yeah, Tor. Tor Bay is further down the coast, I think. So, scenario pack. So I'm just trying to get it for the specific details after the Bossman games one still. Wait, that was 30 is still our speed on this because we're local hold. So we've still got to follow the 30 on it. It's okay. So really stop right down the end here. So yes, scenario pack, class 50 scenario pack. The Bossman website is running incredibly slowly for me at the moment. Torquay, of course, the home of faulty towers, I believe, at least. Nothing faulty about this. There's nothing faulty about that, though. Damn, load more vegetation, bruh. Mark 2A, got Mark 1s. Yeah, I did quite well with that stuff, I think, actually. Got Mark 1 stock. NSE. Network southeast to right the way down in the southwest, but we don't care about that apparently. NSE Mark 2A, Mark 2B, oh, Mark no. I mean that's in FK. First corridor, no, break first corridor, TSO, Mark 1, another TSO coach. So class 50 scenario pack, as I said, is £5.99. Scenario pack 1, Derby to Swanage, between Southampton Central and Bournemouth, so that'll be on the Southwestern Express route. Swanage to Derby, 50 so Fearless and Hercules on the return portion between Bournemouth and Southampton Central. Class 50 Terminator Phoenix, Exeter St David's and Newton Abbot. Terminator Phoenix between Newton Abbot and Exeter St David's. Between Woking Junction and London Waterloo. And Burton-on-Trent to Kingswear, which is Bristol to Carrick Bridge Junction to Paynton on the Torbay Dart Explorer. Peyton to St David's on the return of that. Fishguard to Centenary Special. Titled to Fishguard Harbour. Newton Abbot to Port Talbot. Return of that. Cumbrian Hoovers, which has been Birmingham National to Carlisle, which is the good old Overshap, I believe. Sorry, so that was Carlisle. Yeah. That's cool, GC, General Electric. They're the jumper cables. So if you had two of these coupled multiple, that would go to the loco in front, then there'd be another one goes in there from the loco. And that would just be a way for the locos to pass information to each other. Usually put power on, put brake on, put power on. But, yeah. Wait, the rain stopped, hasn't it? Nope. Time for some thrash. Oh, where's the train gone? Next up, painting. What I'll do is I'll end this scenario once we're put into painting, because as much as, you know, the shunting part is fun, this scenario, you know, or this video is really just here to showcase the 50 itself, not the, this is what you can, there's so much room for activities. Sort of side of things. That's obscenely quick. No, it took me 2 miles to Paynton, and it's a steep down slope on the way down to Paynton. Okay. Let's just take the brake out. Yeah, I think the idea for me on this is I'm just going to get a little slower, and then as soon as we go over the top of the hill, let it coast up. Ooh, that's nice. Never noticed that bridge before. Mind you, I understand why in the Fat Control, Thomas Tank Engine, diesels are referred to as dirty diesels. I mean, these early diesels, I mean, what pollution, right? I hope you don't have a tank coming the way, you lose all ability to see. Yeah. Okay, maybe I did slow down a little too much there. I'm already running a minute late. Let's get a bit of thrash going. That's Shaggle's power. Lol. Brilliant train spotting like we're doing from here. Okay, this is the steep slope part. So yes, in conclusion, I 100% recommend you go out and buy this thing. Go out, buy it now. Buy a mum one, buy a sister one. Get a few for the family. You know what I mean? Really great first foray into the diesel side of things for Bossman. Really excited to see what comes of their 60 that we've heard mentioned and their Welsh Marshes route. Really quite, I think they talk about quite a promising future. Yeah, we've got a danger. Red light spells danger. Oh, 40 gate jam. Double 40 gate jam. There we go. Bit of a swift brake application, but no. Who cares? So, I definitely think this train is 100% worth grabbing, as I say. But thank you all for watching today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.